Hello lovely people, welcome to today's video. I have something a little bit different planned for this week. I'm gonna take you along for like a week in my life kind of thing. Let me tell you right now, just for starters, not gonna be interesting, especially since college is over and I have the summer. I have really nothing planned, which leaves room for reading and some artistic abilities that I loathe to have. I wanted to start this week off. It is currently Tuesday, not Monday. I was supposed to start Monday, but nothing really went down. Like, nothing interesting happened. So today we are going to start with a little book renovation. I did say in my last couple of videos, I got a book haul if you didn't see that. And then my last couple of videos, I mentioned the book haul stuff, which was leading to a bookshelf reorganization. And then I was like, you know what, I don't really need to do that. But it turns out I kind of really do, because my birthday was a couple of days ago and I got gift cards. So obviously I'm going to spend it on books. Speaking of, let me get the books that I just bought. It's only a couple of books, so it's not really like a big kind of thing. But I did get a couple of books, which, you guys, you know, reading is a hobby and buying books is a hobby. Two separate things, you know what I mean? So let me go get those books and I'll show them to you, talk about them. I don't know. Okay, so I got the books. They are Reckless and Fearless. These are a part of the Powerless trilogy. I recently started Powerless as of late, which I will be talking about in a separate clip in this video. If I start a series, I want to make sure I have all of the books in the series, because I know most likely I will be wanting to read one after another, and it just is easier to just have them all in the same place rather than going to the store, getting that book, and then coming back and then just redoing that cycle over and over again. So I just, you know, I went and got these books because I know after Powerless I'm gonna want to read them. I'm gonna want to finish the series. There is a novella in the series, which I already had, funny enough, but of course I have the little white one, like the small one, and not the regular hardback size as every other book in the series is. Got a little too ambitious and bought that without, like, you know, maybe I should wait and see if they come out with the regular size, but you know, it is what it is. But I have Reckless and Fearless now, so I could finish the series, get it off the TBR, because I know I've been wanting to read this series since forever. I couldn't even tell you how long I've had Powerless on my shelves. This was part of the reason why I wanted to redo my bookshelf, because these had nowhere to go. Like, my shelf was totally full. I didn't have anywhere to put them, so I kind of rearranged a little bit on the bottom, this bottom shelf right here. I rearranged a little bit and I got them all to fit. I heard that Releasing 10 is coming out this month, so I may get that, or I may not. I don't really know, because I read Binding 13 and I didn't really love it, but I saw Keeping 13 and I heard that one is much better, or like more romance heavy. I'm not really sure, but my friend was like, you know what, just go to Keeping 13. I like Keeping 13, so, and I said, you know what, fine. So I have like every other book in Boys of Tommen right now except Releasing 10, which should be coming out sometime this month. If I do get that, I have no room on my shelves. I don't know what I'm going to do. I may need to get another bookshelf. Where am I gonna put them? I don't know, unless I move some things around. I'm not really sure. Next is actually reorganizing my bookshelf. I think I'm going to keep like the top two shelves alone. I don't think I'm going to do anything with them unless I feel the need to. But the last two shelves, I have a feeling those are going to switch up a little bit, if not a lot. let me tell you what I'm planning. Let me switch over, okay? Okay, so since we switched over, y'all can see these two shelves much better. My plan is to move some of these books onto this bottom shelf down below here and take out some of this stuff on the bottom. It's kind of just like miscellaneous stuff, like not stuff pertaining to books at all. So I just want to take some of that stuff and just move it into one of my closets, and then it's a nice pretty bookshelf instead of having this covering it. And it was very ominous, but I kind of just don't want this stuff to distract from the shelf because I actually kind of love this. So I kind of love this bookshelf and all of the books on it. So there's that. So yeah, my plan is to move some of these stacks and then kind of like spread them out on the bottom. There, it kind of looks kind of chaotic right now, and I don't really love that. That's the reason why. So let's just get into it, I guess. Oh, I also stole this from my mother, so maybe this can go on the shelf. Let's just get into it, I suppose. I think I'm finished. Now I just have to put all of this miscellaneous stuff in the closet. But I'll give you a nice overview and like show you up close of what I did, or you know how it's laid out. So let me go switch over to that and I'll see you in 1 second. Okay, now y'all can see the bottom row. I have this cute little bag here. Don't know what it's from actually. Then we have the Cursed Kingdom, Kingdom of the Cursed. That series. I haven't read it, but I have a feeling I'm really gonna enjoy it, so I have it kind of facing out. Then we have Divine Rivals. Funny story, I got this book right as they were releasing the new covers. So like I got this the week before they came out with the new covers, so I'm stuck with the old cover. We'll see if I actually end up keeping the old cover or if I get the new ones. And then this series, I don't even know, the North Wind, I don't even know what this book really is. I saw it at Barnes and I had, I guess, extra money to spare, clearly, because I bought it. And then Atlas 6. By the way, I haven't read like any of these, like none of these. So they're just kind of down here because I don't really know, like, they're all like either first in a series or completed trilogy or duology. And I haven't read any of them, so that's why they're down here. I really want to read Stock Objective with it. I feel like I'm very into history, so if it's anything close to the actual history, I'll be very into it. And then we have my Jennifer Lynn Barnes kind of shrine. I really enjoy her writing, I really do. Inheritance Games was 5 stars. This was, I think, 4.5 stars. Final Gambit was 5 stars. Brothers of Hawthorne was 5 stars. I haven't read these two because I'm kind of scared. This one I know is about like the sisters or whatever, and I don't really care for them, to be honest. And then Games Untold, I really do want to read that. I really do. So yeah, my little shrine. And then we come up, and then this is my duologies little stack. I read these two. Heartless Hunter was a 4.75. Oh my god, the only reason it wasn't a 5-star was because I didn't get that tingly feeling, you know what I'm saying. And then Rebel Witch was a 4.5 or 4, I'm not really sure. But yeah, I was really hoping Rebel Witch was as good as Heartless Hunter, but you know, it happens. These I haven't read. I think it's called The Shepherd King duology and Crowns of Nyaxia. I haven't read any of those. And then we have Lightlark. I read these two. I think they were both 3.75 stars. You know, it wasn't like amazing, but it was still pretty good, especially I think that's her debut. So it was really good. I've yet to read Skyshade. I really want to. It's on my TBR. Please comment below if I should read this. I don't know. I'm kind of scared, but especially if it's going to be a 5-book series. I guess I need to get on that. We have all of my new books, except these two, or actually these 3. The only ones I've read is this one. Actually, I think out of all of these, that is the only one I've read out of this entire shelf, which is, well, except those in this. TBR gets longer while I read slower. That is the motto. That's kind of how this shelf is. And then of course we got the new books, and then we have all of these, oh my god, I want to get to so bad, along with City of Gods and Monsters, Metal Slinger, and Nocticadia. I really want to get to them. But I have a few books that I need to get through first. So these are the new books. I want to get to them so bad, but you know, first come, first serve. And then we got, oh my god, what is this called? I just got it because of the sprayed edges, and then the actual hardback is beautiful. The Half King. Let me show y'all the hardback because it is actually like gorgeous. Like, what the heck? That has no reason to be that pretty. And then When the Moon Hatched, I really want to read too. Oh my gosh. But you know, that one's a longer book, and I'm like kind of scared because apparently it's a lot of world building, and that kind of scares me. And then we have Fourth Wing, of course. Haven't read any of these because I kind of want to wait until the whole series is done and over with, so then I could just read it all in one go. But the likelihood of that coming out within the next couple of years is pretty slim. So Fourth Wing is on my TBR, so that will be interesting if I do get to it. Then we have Education of Malice, but I haven't read that one either. And then I just kind of switched a couple things up here. I put Powerless, Reckless, that whole series right here instead of up here. Just because I think having Belladonna, I love this cover. I love this cover so much. Like, that's beautiful. Usually I don't like people on the covers, but wow. Yeah, that is an exception. And I really do like it. I kind of like this. I kind of like this right here. The only reason I put Apprentice and Assistant to the Villain up here is because the colors, like, this theme has like a colorful fantasy, and then this is kind of like darker black cover fantasies. So that's the only reason I put those up there. yeah, and then I think Throne of Glass is just gonna stay where it is for the end of time because that series is huge and I don't know where to put it. This is what the shelf looks like all in all. Okay, so I am here to tell you about Powerless, how the journey has been. So I started a couple of days ago. I'm 81% through. So almost finished, just like 100-ish pages left, or less than I think. I think it's like 80, about 80 pages left. The first half was kind of boring, I will say that. Because in the beginning it was just kind of, you know, you're in a fantasy world, you're building the rules and the laws and the world and the magic, so I totally understand that. But from what people were telling, like how much they loved the book and like 5 stars and all of that, I was, you know, expecting for the first half to be a little more interesting. Once I got past the 50-minute mark, it kind of it picked up a lot. Yeah, if you don't know the story, it's about Peyton and Kai. Kai is the prince, or his title is enforcer, while his brother is going to be the next heir to the throne. Kai is basically the end lives kind of person for the kingdom, so he kind of protects the king and does what he needs him to do. And all his life he's been training for this. So and then we switch over to Peyton, which the book starts off with. She is kind of in the District 13, kind of, you can say. She's homeless and she has a awful backstory, as most main characters do. Her father has died. Basically, she is dragged into the kingdom's Hunger Games, I guess you can say, which is an aspect I really enjoy about this book. I really love Hunger Games. I've only watched it, not read it, so I need to read it. Trust me, I know. And especially with what's it, Sunrise on the Reaping. Oh my gosh, that took far too long. Yeah, especially with the reactions I've seen with that book, I really need to read The Hunger Games. So let me know what you guys think about that. The first 50% was, as I was saying, world building, the powers, you know. Oh, I forgot to mention, which is a pretty big part, Peyton is what you call an ordinary, which is someone who doesn't have any of the powers or the magic that almost everyone else in the kingdom does have. She is just like a normal human like us. The kingdom is not particularly fond of people like her, so she has to hide who she is in order for not to be, you know, wiped off the earth. Which is exactly what Kai does. He, you know, wipes the ordinaries off of the earth, and then you kind of follow what they go through and the trials and the romance that blossoms. Since I'm like 81% through, it has gotten much better since the first half of this book. I will say the romance has kicked up, or I guess you could say the tension has kicked up. They haven't even, you know, touched really. So it's a very unique kind of slow burn that's happening, and that is a part that I really do enjoy. I love a slow burn, although it kind of depends how you go about it. Like, if there's tension, I love tension, so I'd much rather tension over just romance, you know what I mean? Which I'm sure most of us do. Yeah, I do like the world. I like the trials. I really do like the trials. It is the most I can relate it to is Hunger Games, I would have to say. Hunger Games is kind of like this in a nutshell. So, or like the opposite. This is kind of Hunger Games in a nutshell. That's really all. I am keeping tabs, which I never do, by the way, with, oh my god, let me make sure I don't lose my place, because that would be kind of awful, with tabs, which, as you can see, I only started using when we're halfway through. So you can probably tell what these tabs mean. I can tell you right now, this is not gonna be a 5-star. It kind of, I'm guessing a lot of stuff happens at the end of this book by everyone's reactions. So I'm kind of waiting for that to happen, or waiting for them to even hold hands, I guess. I don't. I guess I'll catch up with you guys when I'm done reading, and I'll tell you my thoughts and all that stuff. So. I ran out of Spotify listening hours. Oh my god, I thought I would get through this book and get through even a little bit of Reckless before my audiobook hours was up. Now I guess I have to actually read now. Spotify, they know what they're doing. Trust, they know what they're doing. Awful. Check in. Since the last time I saw you, I got not a lot of pages done. But okay, I have a theory. I'm on page 435. Okay, chapter 55, and let me tell you, I'm scared. Okay, my theory currently, I have a theory, and if my theory plays out, I'm gonna cry, probably. Cause I only have like 30-ish more pages left, and I'm kind of scared, but I guess we'll see what happens. Hopefully not my theory. I guess I'll check back in a little bit. Either at the end of this book when I finished, or when something big happens. Oh, I had it zoomed in. I'm about to find out if my theory is right. Let me just read a couple more sentences, and then I'll find out if my theory is right. So give me 1 second. Okay, next chapter. My theory is so right. That's crazy. Oh my god. I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming. See, sometimes I can be smart, y'all. Sometimes I can be smart. Since we got past that, let me finish reading, and then I'll give you my rating and my thoughts, and then we'll carry on from then. Hi guys, it's the next day, and I have finished Powerless. I'm guessing we should probably start with my rating, because that would be probably best. I think my rating will be 3.75 stars out of 5. I enjoyed it, just the beginning half kind of, it was like it took the beginning half, started liking it, you know what I mean? Like after the 50% mark, I kind of liked it a lot more than what the first half was. So in order for me to enjoy it, I had to get through the first half and then into the second half, and then I started to, you know, really enjoy what was happening. But I will say the ending, I predicted half of the ending. The other half I did not predict, and the little reveal is crazy. I didn't see that coming, honestly. I either want to go directly into Reckless, or no, Powerful and then Reckless, or I just maybe want to pick up a different book. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, that's kind of where the rating stands, and then I finally get to put it facing out on a shelf. So I think next on the agenda is either start a new book, or I know I'm going to a big Barnes & Noble near me, so maybe even just straight into that.